A storm brewing. The year is 1861. The United States, a young but rapidly growing nation, stands on the edge of disaster. For decades, tensions between the North and the South have been simmering, but now they have reached their breaking point. What starts as a dispute over states' rights and slavery will soon erupt into the deadliest conflict in American history. Families will be divided, cities will burn, and the very survival of the nation will hang in the balance. This is the story of the American Civil War. The roots of conflict, a nation divided, the North and South were worlds apart. The industrial North embraced progress, cities, and free labor, while the agrarian South relied on plantations, cotton, and slavery. As new states joined the Union, the question arose, would they allow slavery or not? The 1860 election of Abraham Lincoln, an anti-slavery president, was the final spark. Southern leaders saw Lincoln as a threat to their way of life. One by one, states seceded, forming the Confederate States of America. The Union refused to recognize this rebellion, and war became inevitable. The war begins. The shots at Fort Sumter, April 12, 1861, Charleston, South Carolina. Confederate cannons opened fire on Fort Sumter, a Union garrison. The bombardment lasts for 34 hours. The fort surrenders. The war has begun. Across the nation, men rush to enlist, believing the conflict will be short-lived. They could not be more wrong. The first major clashes, blood on the battlefield. The First Battle of Bull Run shocks both sides. Thousands of young, untrained soldiers collide in a chaotic fight. The Confederacy wins, proving that this war will not be as easy as the Union hoped. Soon the battlefields of America become killing grounds. Shiloh, Antietam, Fredericksburg. Each battle more brutal than the last. Blood turns rivers red, yet neither side will back down. The turning point, Emancipation and Gettysburg. By 1863, the war takes a new turn. Abraham Lincoln issues the Emancipation Proclamation, freeing enslaved people in Confederate states. The war is no longer just about the Union, it is a fight for freedom. The Battle of Gettysburg follows. Over 3 days, more than 50,000 men fall in the bloodiest battle of the war. The Confederacy, once on the offensive, is now in retreat. The tide is turning. Total war, the Union strikes back. General Ulysses S. Grant takes command. His strategy, relentless war. Cities are besieged, railways are destroyed. General William Tecumseh Sherman marches through Georgia, burning everything in his path. The South, once confident of victory, is crumbling under the weight of war. Starvation, destruction, and despair set in. The end of the Confederacy, surrender at Appomattox. April 9, 1865. After 4 years of unimaginable bloodshed, General Robert E. Lee surrenders to Grant at Appomattox Courthouse. The war is over. The Union is preserved, but at a terrible cost. Over 600,000 dead. Cities lay in ruins. The South is devastated. Lincoln, victorious, speaks of healing the nation, but tragedy strikes. Just days later, he is assassinated by John Wilkes Booth. America celebrates victory, but mourns its fallen leader. Legacy, a new America rises. Slavery is abolished, but the scars of war run deep. The South struggles to rebuild. Racial tensions remain high. Reconstruction begins, bringing both hope and conflict. The Civil War reshaped America forever, laying the foundation for the country we know today. What do you think? Was the Civil War inevitable? Could the nation have found another way to end slavery and preserve the Union? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into history's most dramatic moments.